Let's listen to the topic, then try to answer the questions. Question number 1. Why was Panama Canal built? Question number 2. Who operates and runs the canal? Let's listen to the topic. After that, we will answer the questions.
For many years, the only route by ship from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, or from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean, was to sail right around South America. This was a long, expensive, and dangerous journey. Then a decision was made to build a canal through Panama to link the two oceans and make the journey much shorter and easier. Building first began in 1881. It was managed by a Frenchman named Ferdinand de Lesseps. He also built the other great canal in the world, the Suez Canal. But after 8 years, work stopped. It was not going well. Over 20,000 people had died. Work began again in 1903. The builders had to blast through rock to make the canal. Hills were a problem too. The workers had to build locks to raise and lower the water level. The canal cost $375 million to build, but it will cost a lot more today. The canal is 51 miles, 82 kilometers long. Up to 50,000 people were working on it at a time. For each of its 51 miles, 400 workers died. The workers called the canal the Big Ditch. Over 200 million cubic meters of earth and rock were dug up and moved to build the canal. The Panama Canal was opened in 1914. The canal is still operating today and is run by the government of Panama. The canal is not quite so important today. Some cargo can now go by air, and some container ships are too big to pass through the canal. 14,000 ships go through the canal each year. They pay a toll to use it. In 1999, $540 million was paid in tolls.
How a canal lock works. A lock on a canal is used to raise or lower the water level. A lock is a length of a canal with gates at either end. The gates can be open or shut to let water in or to keep water out. Step 1. The boat in this picture wants to continue up the canal where the water level is higher. Number 1 gates open and the boat comes into the lock. Step 2. When the boat is in the lock, both sets of gates shut. Step 3. Number 2 gates now open slowly. Number 1 gates stay shut. Water can now come into the lock. The water that comes into the lock lifts up the boat. Step 4. Number 1 gates stay closed. Number 2 gates stay open. The boat now passes out of the lock and continues its journey.
Let's answer our questions. Question number 1. Why was Panama Canal built? To link between two oceans, Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, and make the journey much shorter and easier. Question number 2. Who operates and runs the canal? The government of Panama.